Hey everybody, this is Sean from Keeping Up with the Nerds, and I am joined here with...
My name is Noel. Very nice to meet you. Hi, how's it going? I'm the owner of PrimeTime Collectibles.
Give it up, give it up. Hey Noel, you're no stranger to the podcast or anyone here. Let's still give a quick little hello, and who are you?
My name is Noel. I'm the owner of PrimeTime Collectibles. We focus really on the community and make sure we have a safe third space for everybody. So they can come in and wind down, and maybe if they want to play Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Union Arena, One Piece, Pokemon, whatever it may be, board games. We work hard to provide that space.
You sound like the hub for really good community when it comes to the gaming space, and that's really hard to find, especially like nowadays. I'm not saying all game stores out there are bad, but the community that you foster really reflects on, just not the people in Whittier, but also people out of Whittier, and people talk about you very positively and the community that you build, So I want to give you applaud for cultivating something like that that's rare,
And I think it's a lot of it is that you attract what you love.
Yeah.
And the more I really focus on it and the more I really try to push for it, the more people kind of show up with that mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Like you guys are exactly the same way.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And
yeah.
I think that's the reason why you guys vibe out. For you guys that don't know, when they stop by, it's never for 30 minutes. It's never for 10 minutes. It's a few hours.
Yeah.
It's a few hours. And we all hang out. We have a blast. And even people that are sitting at the table will walk up and start talking to you guys too. And that's kind of what we want, the community aspect of it all. Because without the community, we wouldn't exist.
Yeah, we wouldn't have events like this that we're at, 2 years in a row. We appreciate it. How have you been liking the changes from last year to this year for
your
for
section
everything?
is so much bigger.
Yeah.
It's so much bigger.
How do you like it? How's the community showing up and supporting you?
It's been good. We're like by the entrance, so a lot of people have been stopping by. We've just been saying hi, and we're kind of like their introduction to the fest, and touch and go and stuff like that. People are kind of like more jarred that there's a strange guy smiling at them saying, "Hey, how's it going? You guys having a good time? You guys want some Pokemon? We also have some Funko Pops. You guys want some Funko Pops?" But then they double back on the way back. So when they come back in or they pull into the group, it's kind of nice to see like what their experience like. And overall, everybody's experience has been very positive.
That's great.
Yeah.
So I heard recently you've become an affiliated Bandai store.
Yes, we are now an affiliated Bandai store. We handle Union Arena and Gundam TCGs. So that's something we're going to do, and we are doing official tournaments for. Bryan was there recently for the Gundam demo deck event.
Yes, he was. How did you participate in it, or did you just merely watch? Were you there? You watched?
There.
Yeah.
I played on my own. Me and Gino were fighting, and he won. And I was really upset. Gino was very upset. I thought I had you, and I did not. I was really upset. But the Gundam TCG is really good. It's really fun. But I'm really glad there was no rule stating that the participants had to keep the decks.
Oh, really?
But we gave them anyways. You pay $10 to get in. You get a deck. Enjoy it. Early release doesn't come out until July.
Oh, really? So it's technically not even out yet.
Not even out yet.
Oh.
So it's a demo deck event. Yeah, everybody was learning how to play a card game before it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we said keep it. Keep the decks.
Did they have the chance of pulling interesting cards from these pre-made decks? Did they have any card slots? No.
That was it was a demo deck. It's like pre-con. It says not for tournament use, sample only. The beta decks that came out, those I think the empty box by itself goes for $300 online.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's nuts.
TCGs are getting so expensive nowadays. Is that impacting you in any way? The gradual increase annually?
It is from the distributor side.
Yeah.
Because it really comes down to the companies, right? So, Konami will say the new Yu-Gi-Oh set is worth MSRP of $115.
Mm-hmm.
We pay a cost at a percentage, right? Everything's is $25. It's not $25. If the MSRP is $115, it's not $25. But on the weekend of release, the box is worth $55, $50, $40. It gets difficult. Pokemon was like that for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of you guys who don't remember, or maybe do remember, Pokemon was going for ETBs for $30, $35. And that
even the
was
elite trainer boxes.
Yeah, elite
back
trainer
in the day,
boxes. Yeah, and we're scratching that to the best of our abilities, right?
Yeah.
And next, you know, when Pokemon pops off again, the cost suddenly is like our cost is like $80 to $100 per ETB, and people are like MSRP $60. I was like, dude, this is an official like Pokemon distributor, and you want us to pay $100 for ETB, and we're getting complaints that the MSRP is 60. Like, what are we supposed to do, right?
So is it more on the company's end? Is it more on their whoever who publishes the Pokemon?
So Pokemon does the work,
Yeah.
but they also own the vending machines and sell directly to consumers and do their own stuff. But they also dictate what goes to the distributors.
Are they aware of what's going on right now?
They are. They are. I've had a lot of conversations, and if they're not, then people should complain more often. But they know. They say that they're trying to create more product, but how is it that me as a brick and mortar, we're getting 1% of our allocation? This isn't a complaint. This is how it's been for a very long time.
Yeah.
30%,
This is a
20%.
reality.
Yeah, it's reality. 20%, 30%, 40% of our allocation.
Yeah.
Spend more money, you may get more. Spend less money, you might not get anything. And it's a tough situation to be in for a lot of us. And so we really have to kind of dial in on why we're here, right? Like money aside and everything, like money aside, we have to dial in why we're here. So a lot of the stores are either been closing down or having difficulties or issues with like Frank and Sons and their prices and everything. Why are they there? Why are we here? And though this might affect us, me and Gino find a way. You know this, right?
Yeah.
Me and Gino find a way to make it work.
You guys know how to source.
Yeah, we do our best, right? We do the hard work. We work with OTB Collectibles. We're working with like Yoshi. Yoshi's now like a part of like what we're trying to do, and we're trying to source and get better pricing. And you know, we can't win all the fights, but we do the best we can because we want to make sure that the bills are paid.
Yeah.
Lights stay on, and then people like you or the guys can come in at any time and play.
You want to make sure that the customers have that product in their hands.
Yeah.
You make sure that you can deliver
Yeah.
on like, I'm gonna get that new product for you guys.
Yeah.
Why? Because you care.
Which
You
leads
know.
me to the next thing, and I gotta tell you this: we're getting into Warhammer.
Oh, are you? So you're gonna be
Yeah.
affiliated with Games Workshop?
Yeah, they sent us a sample box.
Okay.
We put it on display because they've been asking for us. So like,
Oh,
you know,
they
and it's part of their
have?
sales thing, right? Like, I'm not saying we're anything special, but they're
Yeah.
just trying to like reach out, get some leads, and they gave us some sample boxes. We put it up there. Everybody lost their marbles. I put it on the story on the polls. Everybody lost their marbles, and I was like, okay, it's
There's a community in Whittier for Warhammer. Surprisingly,
out of control. I did not expect
I'm
it.
surprised.
I didn't know you guys went all the way to Monrovia. Like, that's crazy.
I would go to Monrovia to visit the store. You know, I still haven't really played, but I'm actually really happy to know that the community is so close in my backyard.
Yeah,
you know,
and it's growing. So,
It
with
is.
going back into model kits, like Warhammer is definitely an interest. We're probably gonna start it up in the summer, along with Gundam model kits. They're also gonna come back into the store. We're gonna come really hard.
maybe you guys can host like painting competitions,
We want to have Gunpla nights.
Gunpla nights. That sounds awesome.
We have friends of the store and
Yeah.
people who are regulars who actively create like diagrams and stuff like that for the store. Not for the store, for themselves. And I was like, yo, can you teach these skills to people? So I want to get the Gundams. You're like, $20 buy-in. You get a Gundam. This is a guy. He's at so-and-so place. He's going to stop by. And we're all going to work on it together. We're going to learn about painting. We're going to learn about, like, weathering. We're going to learn about, like, the dioramas and whatever
Yeah.
it is. And that's kind of, like, the goal. And, yeah, if you know, like, I'm a big Gundam fan.
It's a fun
100%.
rabbit hole. Like once you start adding those little accoutrements to your model,
Yeah.
it just elevates in like such a beautiful way. You
Yeah.
know, and I've seen some of those dioramas.
Just
I'm like,
the
oh my
anxiety, the
gosh.
anxiety of the shaky hand and the small little clippers just drive me insane. Can you
Yeah.
imagine? No
Yeah.
way. No way.
So we're gonna be having to wrap up this interview soon. So I want to do a rapid fire questions.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna give you a word or a phrase, and I want you to give me like the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay. So the
I'm
first
locked in.
one,
I'm locked in. I'm locked in.
this is gonna like gauge it for you.
I'm
Okay.
locked in.
Bionicles.
Oh, top tier. The trading card game should have done better.
Bionicles trading card game.
Yeah.
Okay. Digimon.
Oh, better than Pokemon.
Okay.
Story-wise, storytelling, it's the best. The card game's really good. The card stock's really good. The art is really good, but nothing hurts me more than season 3 of Digimon. Beelzemon when he does the Fist of the Lion King, that ruined my life. I was too young.
Oh, I don't remember that one. Okay, let's see. Ooh, new Star Wars.
Which one?
The latest trilogy.
The latest trilogy?
Yeah.
Honestly, the best thing that ever comes out of Star Wars was Clone Wars, the animated series from 2002.
Okay.
Everything else is fan fiction.
Great answer. Great answer. Best answer. Cyberpunk, Edge Runners.
The best thing to come out of Cyberpunk since The Matrix. I think it put community together about a game that everybody originally hated and it was really bugged out to be one of the most played video games of all time. I think it adapts a lot of the, and it comes from that era, right, of the 80s and the 90s, kind of like cyberpunk genre.
Neuromancer, we have Neuromancer to thank for that.
Neuromancer and all that stuff. Like the fact that it throws it in there, it kind of accumulates all that stuff, just like the Matrix did for a new generation, and especially our generation.
Yeah.
That builds it in. Should there be a season 2? No.
And let me just make sure I had one more. What was it? It was on the tip of my tongue. Oh my god! And then
you
I
asked
forgot.
me earlier about Baja Blast. Let me tell you, Pitch Black was number 1.
Baja Blast. Overrated or
Overrated.
Overrated.
So back in the day, for you guys who didn't know, you had to vote between Baja Blast and Pitch Black, and whoever won would be the one at Taco Bell. I always voted for Pitch Black because it's better. It's much more delicious. It's richer. And it just adds another layer of like to the things that you're eating.
You know what? I haven't tried it. I don't remember what it tastes like, at least.
Are you serious?
I am serious. But you said it's
you weren't
like
there
at
when
the
they had the
Dollar
Darth Vader in the picture going like
I
this?
remember, and they had like promo with Jar Jar Binks, you know, for Taco Bell and stuff like that. I remember those days.
Anyway,
yeah.
Pitch
the
Black
Pepsi
top
points.
tier. Baja Blast overrated.
Now, for the last one, I want to. It's a little bit of a hot one, but if you could get rid of one of these two TCG, if you could get rid of one of these 3 TCGs, which one would it be, and do you think it's the right decision? Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, or Weiss Schwarz?
I like what Weiss Schwarz was trying to do.
But it's so big.
Unfortunately, Union Arena is doing it better. And that's a hot take, but Union Arena is doing it better.
Yeah.
We get prize packing. We support the players. We're giving out the play spaces and like getting all these tournaments going. You're still getting signed cards. You're getting playable cards that have value based on how well they do in the game. Weiss Schwarz will lose half its value after Friday 7 p.m. Like that's crazy.
Wow.
And everybody chases after the money cards, but other than that, you're buying boxes for like $40 right off the get.
Mm-hmm.
But Union Arena, not only does it hold its value, not only is it playable, the community is super fun, super friendly. TCG players play TCG, so not only do they play Union Arena, they'll play One Piece. They're interested in Gundams. They'll play Magic. They'll play Yu-Gi-Oh, and it just gets everybody together because all these different IPs, everybody has their own fan base, and they may play different TCG games separately, but when it comes to Union Arena, they get together. So you may be a Magic player who's into sword art. Well, you can also be a Yu-Gi-Oh player who's into One Punch, and now you're both sitting at the same table, playing your respective decks, having a good time.
That's a cool melting pot kind of game, like how it brings in those audiences. Now, do you have one anime hot take? And not like a very generic one, not to say that they're all not hot takes, but one that you think is really divisive. One that you just hold in there. You're like, man, if I say this out loud, people might kick my butt.
I don't know. I can't think of off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I do have one about Redo the Healer, but that's too much of a hot take.
About which one?
Redo the Healer. I'm not going to talk about that.
No. We're not talking about that one. We're not going to mention that.
You want to hear my top
Folks,
take?
you're not going to Google that one. You're not going to. Do not.
Cut me
do
out.
not. Do not.
Cut me out.
We're going to
I'm going
bleep
to tell
that.
you this right now. Come here. He did nothing wrong.
That is a hot take. You know what?
The hottest take.
It is a hot one. It is a hot one. But I'm Sean, not Sean Evans, Sean Rodriguez from Keeping Up with the Nerds, and I want to thank you so much, Noel, for coming down tonight.
Yeah.
And coming up here, having this fun little chit chat, and also bringing your fine, sexy booth down here to Santa Fe Artfest.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
But one last thing before anything else, I want to thank you guys for creating this space here for everybody, for us to come in to do this. Right. This is definitely the second time you guys do this. You guys are way more organized. Everything's going much better. The space is a lot larger. We have more vendors.
We're
We have
growing.
people coming in. You guys are just killing it. I'm really happy for you guys, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing us like this space for us to come in. Right?
Of course.
Thank you for being part of the community and supporting the community. You guys are number one.
Thank you. Ditto. And this has been Keeping Up with the Nerds. We'll see you all next time. Bye, guys. Peace.
Don't do drugs.